In 1948, Labour was rebuilding our country after World War II. This year is important to me for more than one reason. It's the year that Labour found the NHS, but it's also the year that Labour began work on my home, Harlow Newtown. My granny and granddad were offered a 3-bedroom council house and the chance of a better life in Harlow. Then my granddad was offered a job as a plumber and worked on the construction of the town. They were offered what we can only dream of today because of a Labour government: a secure job, a safe home with affordable rent. Harlow had good quality housing, decent jobs and green spaces for working class families. It was a vision for what working class life could be. Nothing was too good for us. I loved growing up in Harlow. My dad was a stonemason and my mum was a devoted housewife. I remember being given £1 from my dad, running to the local corner shop and buying loads of pick and mix sweets, and then joining the huge queue outside the Odeon for Saturday morning pictures. But as I was growing up, things really started to change. Life wasn't like the one that my granny and granddad knew. There were more homeless people living on the streets, and people like me couldn't afford a place to live. I've just started a family, and like other mums, I can't access Sure Start centres. And now we're fighting to save the libraries too. I have to fight for these things for my mum, for my dad, my grandparents and for the people of Harlow. I'm someone that stands up to bullying and stands up for what's right for my community. For example, I'm fighting to save the buses. It's not right that the most vulnerable in our society are isolated because of bus cuts. Harlow's local MP, Robert Halfon, does not represent us. He's not from Harlow, he is from Hampstead. I went to Burntmill School and he went to a private school in Highgate. He voted for cuts to our schools, our police, our hospitals and our youth centres. And then he has the cheek to say that he is standing up for our public services. His voting record has led to housing standards being broken up, and dodgy developments are putting Harlow in the national news for all the wrong reasons. I know that the problems we face are not impossible to solve, because after all, families like mine built this town from scratch, and it was a Labour government that built the NHS just over 70 years ago. We can do this all over again. Labour will rebuild Harlow and the villages and rebuild Britain. As your MP, I will campaign for truly affordable, decent housing for local people, decent manufacturing jobs and a world-class education service. Together, as a movement, we can bring back hope to Harlow and be a shining example again for what working class life can be. I'm from Harlow and will work for Harlow and the villages. Join my movement and together we'll rebuild Harlow and the villages and we'll rebuild Britain.